there. Good afternoon. Welcome to another exciting edition of the D Word. This is Furley Almonte, your host. My co-host Carolina Denhard is actually serving a client right now and would not be able to join us. But I promise you, this is going to blow you away because this is so different from many other episodes that we've had. Because first of all, with our fitness, a lot of us have put on some, how do they call that? The quarantine 15. Like you put on the extra weight during the quarantine. And of course, we do not know how to best fit into our busy lifestyle, our fitness. And today we have an expert who's going to share with us such a revolutionary way to get fit. But first of all, let me give you a little background of who our guest is. Well, Dr. Jim Goetz, did I say that correctly?
So far, so good. Yep.
Has passed both the chiropractic and physiotherapy national board exams and pursues a passion in the optimization of human performance. He's a certified strength and conditioning specialist through the NSCA and holds numerous other certifications in human performance. Dr. Jim Goetz's expertise is in the advancements of human performance and utilizing biohacking to do so. First of all, he has this unique, actually he calls it a biolab that I'm sure he's going to explain to you what it is, because it's not exactly a gym, but it's not, a spa. It's so different and it will blow you away. And also he's going to talk about something that's completely different in terms of how to get fit. Well, Dr. Jim, my goodness, welcome to the D Word. How are you? How's your day going?
I'm amazing. Thank you, Furley, for having me.
Yeah. So were you open today?
Yes, we were. We are always open.
Oh, okay. I was just always curious because, there's a lot of gyms that have closed during the pandemic and people are getting frustrated because they'd love to be able to go out and actually exercise. So we'll go and delve after that. First of all, okay, I'd love to know, with this the Fit Lab that you're talking about, I am amazed of a new word. I'm at the same time also confused. What does functionized mean?
Sure. Functionized is literally the creation of one word out of two. The optimization of function. In this case, it's human function. So really getting down to the core. Your core, my core, everybody's core of our cells. If we can make our cells perform better as a whole, then we perform better. So it's not just doing one little aspect for the body. It's really taking you and making you a better version of yourself. Because if you're a better version of yourself from a health perspective and from a fitness perspective, I find that individuals become more successful in all other areas of life as well, whether it be families, career, relationships. They thrive when they are healthier, better, fitter versions of themselves. And it's amazing to see people thrive. And I love it when they do just that.
Yeah, I love that you actually create harmony in many aspects of our lives. And that allows us to function through life better, right? And
Absolutely.
now, okay, your Fit Lab is very different because you said like it's not exactly a gym, it's not a spa, it's not exactly just a lab. You have somehow beautifully incorporated all of the aspects of this different types of establishments. So talk to us about the Fit Lab.
Sure. So yes, we're not a gym. While we kind of operate like one, we're not a gym. We're actually zoned as a healthcare facility. However, we do call it the lab. And that is simply because we take all the research articles that I used to read when I was nerding out throughout the years in the mornings, reading journal articles, and taking those articles and realizing that there's actual equipment that is being built out there now. And so I started delving into that equipment. And while it's definitely not cheap, it is so effective. And when I say effective, I'm not just talking about getting results for your body in whatever your goals may be, but it's actually effective in time. I mean, the individuals we serve most are extremely busy, extremely successful individuals. It's a transition of mine going from extremely busy and successful professional athletes to CEOs of major companies and celebrities and wives of athletes and things like that. So everybody is so constricted with their time, and they allow that to get in the way of their own personal success. And let's face it, nobody wants to work out. It sucks. It hurts. It's gross. It's just not fun unless you are a little off, like myself, who enjoys doing competitions and things like that of the physical nature. So what I did was I took all this research and found the right equipment and incorporated that in order to give individuals, like for strength training. And I remember speaking in front of a large group and telling them you can get a total body strength workout in 15 minutes or less. And they cracked up and left. And I knew I shouldn't have said that because I told that to my dad. And he said, Jim, that's wonderful. I believe you. You're smart, but don't tell that to other people because they're not going to believe you. And sure enough, until you actually experience it, you're not going to believe it. But once you experience it, I mean, it's not up to me to prove things anymore because it's been proven time and time and time again. We've had individuals here since the inception 3 years ago making great strides. One of our bikes, it's not just a bike, it's artificial intelligence. Everything we do here has to be above and beyond in what we do. We have to under-promise and over-deliver on everything. So when somebody gets stronger, they're going to have better cardiovascular fitness in 8 minutes and 40 seconds. Research proves it's the equivalent of 2 40-minute jogs. So that's saving a ton of time right there. It's better for the heart. And then we also incorporate things such as light therapy, using blue lights and red lights to improve stem cell production in the body, reverse the aging process, using lipo lasers, using vibration technology. We're bringing in an oxygen bar, which should be here next week, a full infrared sauna, salt therapy. So it's not just a all-out gym, if you would. It really is that, I'm saying, that overall experience in order to make your cells work better. And if your cells work better, you're going to be better.
Okay, I think you got me already at 15-minute exercise because
Absolutely.
I'm sure. By the way, do you also work with ordinary people, not just celebrities and art?
Of course we do.
I was gonna say like, oh my gosh, can people afford him? But I'm just speaking on behalf of our audience, right?
Of
So
course.
anyway, 15 minutes. Okay, there's a lot of people just like what you described that do not enjoy exercise, and I am, one of those because we want to, be able to do a little stretches, and we hope that it will be able, we will do something so little, and quite frankly. There is a wishful part in many of us that say like, oh my gosh, I wish I could just go somewhere and somebody will do the exercise for me. I can like stand there and not do anything, and then actually I would have a workout. Like, well, actually, I think you have that already. So I said like, I think you saw my thoughts, you read my mind, and read so many people who are actually not big on fitness, but would like to be able to have that exercise completed for themselves in a very, very high-tech way. So, okay, let's start with that.
Sure.
How is that possible?
Science. That's really what it comes down to, is just science, just proven principles throughout the decades, if you would, on how the human body works. A lot of us have been preconditioned growing up to work out and exercise the wrong way. We're designed to say, hey, we've got to go hours and hours on a Stairmaster. We have to just lift heavy iron all day long. Unless I'm in the gym for 2 hours to 4 hours a day, nothing's going to happen. Well, that's works for bodybuilders. Now, I'm not, I don't think you are either, Furley, looking to step on stage and pose to have perfect muscles. It's unrealistic. And even in the off season, bodybuilders don't look like that.
Mm-hmm.
They eat far differently in the off season than the regular season. The idea of, if I'm not sweating, I'm not working. Well, as I like to say, what if you're in Antarctica and you're doing a workout in Antarctica? Chances are you're not going to sweat. Does that mean you're not working? No, of course you're getting all the work in that you need to do. So what we like to do is take the little cheats, if you would, little tips, little tricks, using blood flow restriction, using certain time under tension principles, all these things that a lot of individuals don't know, and you're not supposed to know. I mean, why would somebody know all these exercise science tools, if you would, and lessons if you're not going to school for it. And a lot of people think that, oh, it's easy. I can go and work out myself. And they keep on telling themselves that again and again and again, and they fail again and again and again. But this time is going to be different. No, this is the time that I achieve everything I've ever wanted to achieve. And sure enough, a few weeks goes by and it fizzles out. By using all these different tips and, like I said, little sheets, it's science. You don't need to know how it works, just that we have the staff and personnel here that does know how it works. Now, all you got to do is show up. Just show up for a little bit. And what we've actually found is the individuals that enjoyed showing up for those 15 minutes, literally in full attire, like at least I see you're wearing right now, would get on a piece of equipment, say hello, say goodbye, and you're out the door. But
And I've done my exercise. I don't even have to change clothes. I don't even have to sweat. I could still keep my makeup on.
exactly it. And individuals definitely do that. What we found over time, though, is because we have so much to offer, people stay. It's become their sanctuary. They have developed relationships. There's a lot of business networking that goes on here as well, with individuals meeting and getting along. And a lot of big deals have been closed while people are not working out.
It's very, very interesting because, we're only into February, right? And of course, a lot of people have New Year's resolutions, which always, I think there's called resolution because we keep recycling the same resolution every year, right? And so, and usually by the second, third week, they exercise just the first couple of weeks and then boom, that's it. Like the gym, basically the gym membership just basically just becomes an added expense, or all the equipment that you've invested in basically become just a glorified clothes hanger, right? And so now, what you were saying about doing this for 15 minutes, before I go there, I want to understand, you were saying, I don't need to know the science behind it, but where did it all come from? Like, I know that because we're going to go and discuss this special equipment that you're talking about. Where did that come from?
The equipment or the science?
Either way. And the equipment.
Sure. It was created from curious people. People like we have here in the lab and in our clinic. We ask questions, and I encourage people all the time, ask questions. Not to get political, you watch the news, you should ask questions. If you are in school, you should ask the professor questions. And we just keep on questioning and questioning and questioning. We hear something, it's interesting, we look it up, we ask questions, we tweak things around a little bit, and then we test. It's kind of like the movie that we've been working on, the Keto Project, where we wanted to see what would happen if Dr. Brandon, over in our fit clinic here, would eat 140 Burger King hamburger patties every single day for 30 days. And that's it. That's all he would eat. So we tested before, during, after, and then tested him on different nutrition programs because we were curious, and then decided, hey, let's make a movie about it and fly around the country and have some fun with it.
Oh my God. This equipment of yours, did it just originate from the US or did it come from from Europe or something like that?
One of the pieces of equipment is out of Texas, so that's in the US. Our artificial intelligence equipments, they're out of the UK. Some of the other stuff that we have here is out of Japan, so it's definitely an international effort here in the Fit Lab.
So talk to us about the equipment, because you got me curious. How can somebody be on an equipment for 15 minutes and actually, did you say it lasts for how long? As though when you get on this equipment for 15 minutes, how long does it last?
So if we're talking about the one piece of equipment, the ARX, that's the strength training equipment, whatever you're pushing or pulling, it pushes or pulls back. So as long as you're giving your full out effort, the exercise should last a minute, 2 minutes max. Now you create such an overload, such a strain that you literally shock your central nervous system. It's very normal to be walking around afterward and kind of have the little shakes, if you would, just because you've stimulated yourself in ways. When you're on a machine at a conventional Glovo gym or pushing a dumbbell at a place like that, most likely you're doing it nice, it feels good, you make a little burn or a little tension, and that's it. You put it down, you feel good about yourself, you walk out, you're done. That's not really doing much for you. The whole principle for developing muscle tone and strength is by overloading it. So in this case here, you are pushing as hard as you can or pulling as hard as you can. And it's resisting just that. And as you get weaker, the machine will adjust fractions of pounds until you have no more, like I say, go-go juice. It's all gone. So if you're pushing something, your arms stop moving. And once they stop moving, I can see it on the screen and the machine stops and we go on to the next exercise.
Is that what you call the muscle exhaustion?
Yes, it is pure muscle exhaustion. In this case here, we use one single set to absolute failure. Once you are done, you're done, and it takes about a week for you to have a full physiological recovery. And that just simply means your cells have recovered to adapt that and or a little bit more, just in case that weight should come back again.
But you said I don't have to do anything.
You have to show up.
Okay, yeah, but how can you? Okay, just help me understand. Okay, so I'm sure because everyone in the audience is trying to figure out. Okay, what equipment is he talking about? That you just have to show up. You don't get to have to undress and change into an outfit. What is that equipment like that would allow me to exercise for 15 minutes that would actually sustain for a whole week?
I gotta say, it's one of those things that you can talk about and talk about and talk about. But unless you actually experience it, get onto it for the very first time, you can never do enough justice. You can have 10 people who have all done it, have amazing results because we track the results in real time and week after week after week and see the progress that you do. 10 people could come there, tell you the same thing, and you'd still be saying, what? It's just the most magnificent, glorious, well put together piece of equipment that on the face of the earth, it really is.
Wow. Like, aren't you curious yet? I'm sure everybody's like, what is he talking about? All they know is that I only have to show up for 15 minutes and I will have an exercise that's good for a whole week. That alone should get you curious to go to the Fit Lab. So first of all, okay, right now we're in the midst of a pandemic, and so people are concerned about safety, hygiene, like the sterility of of the equipment. Talk to us about how you keep everything infection free and also safe.
Sure. As we were talking before the show, we've never closed down. As we're a health and medical facility, we strongly, strongly believe that individuals get sick, and this is, again, the boring research, been proven those that are metabolically deficient, meaning they're just out of shape at some way, somehow, they are more prone to be sick of anything, of any disease, because the world still has other diseases other than the one that everyone is focused on right now. So we believe that by getting into better shape, you are actually improving your immune system and preventing illness within yourself and therefore those around you. We have always had extremely stringent cleaning practices since day one, as we're also a healthcare facility with chiropractic, peak performance, biofeedback, and nutrition. We always adhere to very stringent conditions because, well, when someone is sick, we encourage them, especially when we first started before the pandemic, come in for an adjustment. We want to treat you. It will help your immune system. You will feel better quicker. And it does help reduce the severity of symptoms many times, as well as the duration that somebody is actually sick.
No, because actually that was going to be my next question. What is the role of a chiropractic in this whole Fit Lab? Like you had mentioned that you have trainers, right? And so what is your role in terms of being able to supervise and oversee the whole performance, the human performance? Because I'm even like fascinated with that word, human performance.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your role in that?
My role in that is literally, as you're saying, to oversee everything. I oversee the Fit Clinic, the Fit Lab, pretty soon the Fit Vibe, which is going to be our private club as well for our members, more like a lounge type place with wine lockers, oxygen bar, saunas, things like that there. And our expanding facilities as well. We're opening up another clinic within the next few months as well.
Wow.
So in doing that, I make sure, well, the day-to-day is going to run okay. But then when it also comes to certain individuals as patients, Um, we all collaborate. I don't know if anyone's ever seen the show House. I used to love the show House,
Oh
where
yes,
everybody
of course I do.
beautiful.
I still watch the reruns.
So do I. So you've seen it when they're all sitting at a table, throw the cases down, and they discuss them. So we still do that as well, and definitely offer my input on a few things and how to take the proper direction to reach maximal benefit for that individual.
That's really cool. You know, in the divorce dynasty, we are all vetted professionals in a group that, we come from many different industries, of course. Like, there are different types of lawyers with different
Mhm.
specialties. I am in the life insurance business. We also have realtors, mortgage professionals. We have, obviously you are the fitness guru here. And so oftentimes when somebody goes through a divorce, we would like to be able to support them in any which way we can. And oftentimes when they're going through the divorce, their self-esteem is also low and they would like to be able to look good and attractive and sexy again.
Of
And
course.
weight loss is a very big thing about being able to put yourself out there and start dating again. So I know that there's one aspect of your business that is in weight loss. So talk to us about how different is your weight loss program compared to everything else that's a trend out there.
Sure. We believe that one size does not fit all. There's certain, I don't want to get into a little battle with some other competitors, but there's certain places that simply will say, here you go, here's a one size fits all, eat this way. And you know what? That will work for some people because really they're just taking out the basics, sugar, bread, and reducing the amount of food you eat. That alone is going to help a ton of people. But then after you've lost the initial 10 pounds, people seem to hit that rut. What do I do now? Even people that say, I'm going keto, that's the fad nowadays, is they're going to lose 10 pounds of water weight and then get stuck and then give up and go the other way. And that's great for getting people rotating around, like a Weight Watchers type thing. But we actually care. We want people not only to look better and feel better, but live longer. So
Mhm.
we want to take a look, especially at lab work. If somebody needs to, depending on the individual, what their ultimate goals are, but I mean, we will do food sensitivity panels to see if there is sensitivities in foods, and everybody's got sensitivities to certain types of foods. Your body does not recognize a foreign invader from, it could be a piece of chicken. So your body could see a virus entering it and have that same immune reaction as that piece of chicken or piece of chocolate or coffee or things that people eat every day. And that's causing inflammation. And the root cause of all diseases is inflammation. So now we can identify it through lab work on what to avoid instead of just randomly saying, I'm not going to eat that, I'm not going to eat that, I'll eat that. Then we also may do hormone panels. Those are really, really intriguing to see on individuals where their hormones are at, estrogen, testosterone, thyroid hormones, etc. It really depends on the individual. We can run a full gamut of labs, all the way to genetics, epigenetics, and really hone in and even see if what we're doing will help you live longer. It will help these cells from break down so fast. And
Actually, that's quite impressive because I've met a couple of chiropractic, and I was very surprised that you're also talking about different panels, even sensitivity and all of these hormones, but because that's not usually that's those things that you just mentioned are not usually included in the visit with a chiropractic. And so, like that, so I'm very, very impressed of how obviously you set your bar so high that everybody has to like you exceed the expectations of so many different people out there. Now, um, I would love to know, like, say for example, before they get to you and people, what would you say? What would you advise people? Can you give 3 tips on how we can live a more functionized type of lifestyle?
sure. Number one, find your passion. What is it you're passionate about? A lot of people get up every day and just go through garbage, crap, things they don't like at all. It's not their passion. I've always found that if you follow your passion, you are going to thrive, no matter what it is. You may think, let me pull out, taking out the trash, being a trash man. There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody, we need that. But if you are truly passionate about it, chances are you're not going to be the entry level guy. You may end up working to upper management or even own the entire company or start your own one day and be a multi-gazillionaire. That's following your passion. Number two, I would say to be mindful. A lot of us let our minds just go, and we are all over the place. Red shiny ball syndrome. How many times? Exactly. How many times I have been in front of somebody, and randomly they just pull out their phone and start typing into their phone, and I'm looking down, and they just hit Instagram. I thought we were having a conversation here. So, if people be mindful of what they're doing, they're going to have more energy and focus onto accomplishing their actual goals.
Yeah, being fully present in whatever it is that you're doing, right?
Absolutely. Last thing would be to make goals, make smart goals, specific, measurable, achievable, with realistic and time frame. And then take those goals and actually create a roadmap. Figure out how to get to those goals. And even if somebody is already extremely successful, I'm sure there's something else that comes to their mind that they'd like to do. So again, let's rewrite those SMART goals and reevaluate those SMART goals on regular intervals. And if you can do that, I think individuals are going to hit their goals and hit more of their goals and find that by the year 2022, that they are so far away from where they started in 2021.
You know what I love about what you just shared? Because you are not all about just physical fitness. You just spoke about mental fitness, spiritual. I love that you're very holistic in your approach to create a very functionized lifestyle. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Like I actually did not expect those answers. I think expecting more to say like, okay, do stretches in the morning, whatever. You know, like I was thinking about that. And so to hear you talk about completely something different that would actually basically light people up, and so they can begin to actually live a life of passion, direction, clarity, and so be able to be also successful in whatever it is that they do. And so I'm sure everybody would love to be able to experience what the very unique fitness regimen that you're talking about, because you've got everybody curious about how they can exercise and not really do much for 15 minutes and do it just once a week. Did you say?
You can do it once a week.
Once a
Chances
week?
are you're going to want to come back for more, but yes, once a week is all
Can
you
you
need.
imagine, like, where can you get that? 15 minutes, you barely do anything. You can basically stay in the same clothes that you are wearing. And basically, whatever you're going to do in 15 minutes, it will take you longer to travel to his lab, than you being able to do something. But you will be so energized for the entire week until your next session. So, okay, first of all, what's the name of your company and where are you located?
Sure. The main company is Functionized. So we've got the Fit Clinic, we've got the Fit Lab, and soon Fit Vibe. We're currently in Colts Neck in our current location, and I won't mention the expansion yet until it's all done and complete, but still local in New Jersey, just a little bit closer to the beach. Colts Neck, right down the block from Delicious Orchards.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. We go there all the time.
Yes, most people do.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, that's only a block. So at least as a point of reference, you know where exactly it is. Okay. And now, okay, I'd love to know, do you have any special offer for our listeners right now who would love to be able to experience Functionized?
Sure. We can offer, get ready here,
Woo!
a lifetime of better health, better fitness and happiness, and probably live longer without pills, drugs, and just feeling better overall. What I would encourage you to do is to either contact us through the website, give us a call at 848-444-9032, or email support@functionized.com. And I would be more than happy to give every viewer here a complimentary Fit Lab experience, meaning that we will take you through the entire gamut, give you the full experience. We'll even do a complimentary Fit 3D scan, which is our laser scanner. 400 lasers are going to scan you from head to toe, and we're going to know everything about you medically. It's really, really in-depth and definitely worth the while.
Wow. Christmas is over, but look at this. And this is a great, great gift. You can experience it. Check out the place. You're going to get your free scan. Oh my goodness, and be able to actually see your whole, like, how do you describe that? Like your body chemistry. How do you describe that scan? What?
I like that idea. That we're going to see the chemistry. We're going to see your shape. You're going to see all disease risk indicators. We're going to see your balance. We're going to see your posture. I mean, we're going to see everything about you besides what's going on between the ears. And then if we want to do that, we'll send you over to the clinic, and then we'll check out what's between the ears as well.
Oh my goodness, that is so super exciting. Actually, Carolina Denhard, she's a divorce, family law, and international law attorney and the founder of the Divorce Dynasty. What we are also planning to do is actually visit your lab and actually experience it. And, so we will be there talking to you about how it feels, what it looks like. And so you can actually get onto the program with us. And most of all, it would be better, of course, if you experience it yourself. So go to Functionize and go out there. You're going to get it complimentary and experience how it's going to feel. Get your scan, know your body a little bit more, and create a plan on how you can actually change your whole lifestyle and become more, harmoniously functionized human being. I just made that up.
It works for me. Can I use it?
Yeah, sure. I love that. It's like, oh, actually, that was very, very good. Why not, right? And so just repeat your telephone number so they can make that appointment, please.
Sure. 848-444-9032. That's the main line for any of our services. Call that line and we will get you in to any of our locations.
And then if they want to learn more about this on your website, is it Functionize website?
Yep, functionize.com. I try to keep it as simple as possible.
Functionize is spelled with an S. Okay? That's
correct.
Right? Because is that because of the UK?
It was the UK spelling. I was trying to get fancy and cute.
It's working. It's accurate, but it's working. But no, you're not misspelling it. It's actually with an S. All right. Okay. Now, any last words before we go, Doc?
Every day, I ask everybody, and as I'll ask everybody here, to be a better version of yourself. So when you go to bed tonight, I hope that you're a better version than you were when you woke up in the morning. And tomorrow, you'll be a better version as you are today. And as always, give gratitude and thanks, as I'm going to give gratitude and thanks to you, Furley, the entire Divorce Dynasty, all our members, and hopefully future members here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I truly appreciate you.
Oh, my goodness. Dr. Jim Goetz, I am so thrilled and so grateful to actually have you, because you've given a lot of light, a lot of inspiration, a lot of, like motivation for us to do something with our lives to create a more balanced, a more functional way of living and do it in harmony. And so I can't wait to see your lab. I can't wait to experience it, and just stay tuned, because one day, hopefully very, very soon, Carolina and I, we're going to be visiting that. We're going to do a Facebook Live. We're going to get into all of the equipment and exactly tell you how it feels and how it is changing our lives as well. Okay, so thank you so very much, Dr. Goetz, and to all of you viewers out there, it's Valentine's weekend. Happy Valentine's Day! And I hope that you are not only making yourself a better version of yourself for your spouse or your partner in life, but also for all of humankind. So always live in love and in gratitude. This is Furley Almonte. Until next time, at the D word, stay well and stay safe. Until then, bye. Live life functionized. Okay, bye.